The game begins once the player sees the end of the game as scarcity, poverty, depression, and the fascist control of the few over the rights of the many. The game starts when there is a realization that the biggest lie and the biggest theft was the willing enslavement of each individual to a corruption beyond the scope of comprehension, the discovery that the power that is held by the elitist is based on the giving up of each individual's sacred labors and the fruits thereof. When the evils of the fiat money system are discovered, understood, or felt, there is a realization that money does not come from a building, a government, or from a so-called powerful or rich person, but it comes from the value of each individual's labor, and the moment there is an agreement that abundance is a natural and sovereign right of everyone on the planet to have what is created by their effort and to be free of enslavement by those who would use their will over another. The idea of freedom and prosperity comes into the minds of those that feel and wish for power to create their own destiny. When this happens, the game begins between the sovereign individual versus the Black Alliance. To start the game, this is the hardest part, as you are alone, broke, scared, defeated, depressed, and worried about the future. The central banks, government, the legal system, the police, the taxing authorities, everything is conspired against you. You wake up one day and you begin to realize this, and your first reaction is shock. You can't believe that the government, your church, your local peace officer, and all the corporations, and even the teachers in the school, and everything on television has been orchestrated to keep you stupid, fearful, and weak. In this state of shock, you just sit and stare at the newspapers, the television, the internet, and listen to others in disbelief. How could this have happened to the greatest country in the world? How could this happen to every country in the world? What can I, one person, do about this? What is going to happen to my family? This can't be true. But it is. And once you have broken through the shock phase, you reach anger from the betrayal of those who have sent your fathers, brothers, sons, sisters, daughters, and mothers to war to die in a battle for the profit of the few. You will feel rage for the companies that have polluted the landscapes for corporate profits, for their investors, and killed millions before their time with toxins and poisons. The anger will turn to vengeance and revenge against those who have lied, stolen, and damaged everything you hold dear and valuable. In this rage, you will begin to see that this Black Alliance stands behind almost every problem that has occurred, and the unimaginable extent of their influence brings you to a fear, and frustration that cannot be measured. Once you have felt the rage, the hate, the obsession to find out the truth of this conspiracy to cause agony for profit and selfish purposes, you cannot handle it. Seeing the wounds, the suffering, and agony caused by these patrons of death and destruction for profit. You disassociate with reality and become a paranoid schizophrenic. It is here you appear crazy to your peers, where your paranoia takes on seemingly radical, irrational, bizarre, senseless beliefs, and those who have used to find you agreeable and nice now find you a dangerous lunatic with perhaps even psychotic tendencies, and that is not all. You begin to believe the half-baked conspiracy theories about the Illuminati, secret government organization, and reading other crazy things written by equally crazy people about the Lincoln and Kennedy assassinations, Oklahoma City, Iran, Contra, Waco, Pearl Harbor, 9/11, Iraq, UFOs, HARP, chemtrails, crop circles, Area 51, astral planes, mediums, psychics, Atlantis, other dimensions filled with beings who participate in our reality. At this point, you doubt your own sanity and wish you could go back to believing in your elected officials, your military leaders, your teachers, and or your religious authorities, but you cannot, and you enter into a period of galactic paranoid schizophrenia. At this point, you are the most dangerous, as you have gained enough information to be not only dangerous to others but to yourself, as you are not capable of understanding the totality of what is occurring to your world. You begin to drift further from reality, floating in a plasma of other souls trapped in a search for answers within a box with no exit. You now see aliens and hear voices and find it hard to believe in any messages you receive from your former reality. There is a gift in this place, if you can be still, quiet, and meditate to find that peace. But in most cases, the pain of realizing that the world is being dominated by an alien race of cold-blooded reptilians who have in their power the ability to destroy the planet in apocalyptic proportions, or to slowly poison it, eliminate 90% of the present population so they can safely enslave those who survive the planned pandemic holocaust, or nuclear annihilation, or weather catastrophe, and or some other planetary process of extermination of the people who are unnecessary to the survival and the profitability of the Black Alliance. At this point you go into a catatonic universal depression, where the hopelessness, despair, and feeling of the void begins to overtake you as you slip into unconsciousness, suppression of all emotions. In this stasis of feeling, the images that are broadcast through the media propaganda channels hit your unfeeling eyes and your stone heart with no effect. You are dead to the world, yourself, and to the life itself, betrayed by those who you trusted, lied to those who you gave power to, and conspired against in secret by those who said they would protect you from the evil they created to make you weak. Now you are lost in the wilderness with no compass and no help, with only the last few breaths of air within your shallow lungs that vibrate rapidly and inconsistently, as a state of total denial of reality is your first choice, and the path out of the darkness is impossible. In total darkness, the void covers you with its dull blackness, and you prepare to be assimilated into nothingness, where you reach the end. Your anger ends, and slowly your courage returns. A spark of light, an idea comes into your head, and you back away from the abyss and see that as long as you breathe and want something, you can be a player. This is a game, and you want to win.